Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 16 of season 1 of the Owl House. A lot of you guys let me know that it is kind of a YouTube tradition when reacting to this show to kind of dress up a little bit, and just looking at the title of this week's episode, I think I could assume why. So I had this lying around from one of my Doctor Who cosplays that I did once upon a time, and then popped on a little dress shirt for you guys. This is about as much as I have available at this moment, so hope that is satisfactory. So I'm excited to get into this. You know, the last episode was a nice little, dive into Willow and Amity's backstory and a lot of why things have been the way they have been as of late. Like many things up until this point, has reaffirmed a lot of my suspicions about Amity and her home life and whatnot. I'm curious to see where things go from here based on that new information, especially considering that work was done to try to remedy that relationship, at least a little bit. Some of the first steps towards healing that has begun, at least. So with that all said, let's get ready to jump into this episode, guys. If you want to see the full reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also can suggest and vote on movies we react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 16. Enchanting Grom Fright. Here we
Come on, work this time.
see, even the flowers have runes on them themselves.
My glyph skills are
Glyphs,
blossoming.
sorry.
You think that's impressive? Check this out. Two warriors battling to the death.
I see we're getting enough Wi-Fi through the portal for cat videos.
Senseless violence.
Oh, no.
Yes, attack. Death is your god.
The outside.
I'm teaching you about the internet.
Yeah, king on the internet is not a good
You
idea.
know the Earth is actually flat.
Yep,
God
that's not right.
damn it. Oh, yeah. Haven't checked in with your mom in a minute, have you? How long has it been?
What am I supposed to say? Hey, Mom, not at camp, actually. I'm in the demon realm learning to be a witch. Also, did you know demons and magic are real?
She will end me.
She wouldn't believe you, and she would probably send you to an institution, and you'll never see the light of day again.
Time to fill up that darling little head of yours with delicious knowledge.
Delicious knowledge.
Don't spend all day watching YouTube, okay?
I forged my own path.
I do that, and I'm me.
What a dum-dum.
Yes.
Who has the energy?
Aww. So yeah, flowers have runes. Glyphs. Shit. Snow has glyphs. Water has glyph. Light has glyph. Like everything has glyphs somewhere on it. Where does it begin? Where does it end?
Going through. Watch your heads.
Wait a second. Are those actual abomination heads they've summoned? Because it looked like they were conjuring them, like they do the regular abominations. Are those balloons, well, alive?
It's advancing. Is there a cure, Doc? Only one. Finding the perfect date to Grom. If that's the cure, then Scar.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? This is an elaborate, the spider dude up on the walls. But yeah, just an elaborate proposition.
I could be your Grom queen. Not something people usually sign up for.
Why not?
Watch it, nitwit. Oh, hi, Luce. Sorry about that.
I didn't know it was you. I thought it was some other random nitwit.
Man, you got some quick grabbers. It's just, it's private.
Is it her request, her inquiry, her proposition to Grom?
This year, I have the privilege to bestow our highest Grom honor to Amity Blight,
Oh,
our Grom Queen.
correct me if I'm wrong. That's usually how that goes, right? It's usually like a class vote. Why is she upset about that?
You might want to give her some space. Being Grom queen is a tough job, even for Amity.
I guess, I shouldn't assume things are the same here.
How's my disco ball?
God, even more of these severed.
Great. Just keep it up for 36 more hours.
Oh.
I can't wait to get overdressed, take awkward photos, push all the buttons. Wait, what?
Buttons.
Hello.
Buster Sword. Like, that wasn't even like copyright indiscriminate one. That is just the Buster Sword.
This isn't just some dance party.
Do you have to like fight?
That's Grom, short for Prometheus, the Fearbringer.
Oh.
It's a monster that lives under the school.
Oh.
Every year it tries to break out, and a student has to defeat it before it invades the town. The worst thing is that Grom can read minds and shapeshift into your worst fear.
Oh.
And mine is very embarrassing.
I wonder what it is.
It worries you so much. Why don't you tell Principal Bump you want out of this deathmatch biz? That's a good idea. Thanks, Luce.
Put down a tarp, I'm gonna puke!
Hey man, you got many hours still to go. Hold it in.
Careful with those pins.
Why am I doing this? I don't even wear clothes!
Hey, sweet duds, our lady.
She's dressed like a college professor.
And Gus asked me to co-MC the fight. We're gonna turn this bloodbath into a fun bath.
Oh
Ooh, have they announced the victim yet?
It's Amity. She's kind of freaking out, though. I wish I could, like, take her place or something.
A great joke, Luce.
That's a noble sentiment, but Grom is a little above your pay grade. You're a human. You're fragile.
I've been learning lots of new spells. I could totally handle it.
There's a horrifying spider in your hair.
Nope, I'm not as fragile as you'd think. And I can't be so easily fooled either.
Ah! Whoa.
Facing Grom means facing your worst fear, King, and I don't think Luce knows what that means yet.
What would hers even be?
Red eyeshadow.
Oh
Girl,
yeah,
you can pull off
100%.
anything. Up top, we're
Agreed.
style geniuses.
You're not. Stop. Love you, but no.
Ominous footsteps, creepy woods. This is no problem. Loose chop!
Loose chop. Oh! Oof.
Gosh, Amity, I'm
What was
so
she
sorry.
doing just roaming around in the woods out
This
here?
date. Oop. Couldn't get any worse. Did you talk to Bump? He said no. I'm Grom Queen. Unless I can find a replacement. Who'd want to switch with me? I would. What? Amity Blight? I'll do it. I'll take your place and face Grom in the arena. I'll be your fearless champion. Fearless champion?
God, what is that spider? I know I've seen that fucker before. Damn, that's all she can.
You have a guest!
Hootie, no touching.
Thank goodness he didn't vomit her out.
If that bird tube ever talks to me again, I'm
Bird
going to destroy
tube.
it. Which should I wear to Grom? This one says witch with a dark side. But this one says I'm an otter with a dark side.
Where in that does it say dark side? Or is that just loose?
My worst nightmare!
Whoa, 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 whoa,
will transform
whoa,
into your
whoa! What did she do to Hootie?
Want to say our greatest fears? On 3. 1, 2, being alone
Being
forever.
stuck with you forever.
Oh.
In
Oh,
preparation, I've made a
that's-
list.
Ew. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Jerks online who want to debate.
Luce, help me, help.
Human souls trapped in cat
I
bodies.
don't want to be this.
No!
No!
I'm lactose intolerant. Not enough. The reason I can't face Grom, it goes deeper than things that just gross me out. What's your real fear, Luce?
Never being accepted, never fitting in, being alone.
Is that Ida thinks I'm too fragile to do this. And if she's right, I'll never be a real witch.
Oh. Oh?
You are inadequate.
Weak baby.
Meow. Still got it.
Yes, you do, Queen.
Is that supposed to be me? Dang, I look great. Wait a sec. You're training to be Grom Queen.
She put that together so fast.
You think training will help against Grom? Luce, you always go overboard and I end up bailing you out. Now, what's the fun in watching a kid get eaten by a
kinda
monster
true.
if it's my kid?
Well, maybe you'll have fun watching me defeat Grom. Luce, I don't think you're ready, but we're literally out of time. I'll take it.
Great.
So tired.
You're not done yet, man. She would put the florist business out of business.
Please take a seat and be aware that the first 3 rows are designated splash zones.
Wow, Gus is really good
Like,
at this. They're hanging
for
on
blood?
his every word. I hope my material's up to snuff.
Uh-oh. Aw, is he getting cold feet?
What do you think will go better with the youths? Close-up magic or impression?
Okay.
Probably neither.
Teenagers are brutal. They'll boo anyone, and that kind of public humiliation can stick with you for life.
He is not wrong.
Not sure if it's nerves or if I accidentally drank some milk, but something's making my stomach squirm.
Aw.
You look nice. Strange, but
Very
nice.
strange. I love it, though. It's very loose.
I'm amazed with how fearless you are. You've done things I could never do.
Was she gonna give her
Going soft on me, Blight?
the note?
In your dreams.
Now introducing our Grom Queen. You know her. You love her. You've at least heard of her. Luce the Human.
Wish me luck.
I like how it's like Loose the Human. Like, I don't know. I've only seen a little bit of Adventure Time, but it made me think of Finn the Human. God. Buster Sword! Or that. Oh, she can kind of give it a little buff. That's nifty.
There you are, Gromorama. Not too scary.
Moose, help me, I'm a man.
Okay, so the cats. So we weren't too far off. Maybe it escalates the further it pries into her mind. It's just starting at the surface level.
And now to hand things over to my co-MC, King.
Hello, HEXSIDE! So, oh gosh. Woo! Wow, these lights are warm. Observe! Luce is, she's down there all right, and, yes, she is. There she goes. Folks, she's battling the thing, and,
Oh no.
The funny kid!
You will clap for me! Please?
Aww.
You're not coming from a place of intellectual honesty, so debating you would be pointless.
That's good. That's good.
What will Grom take next?
Let's finish this!
All right.
Human style!
Big Ida. Oh. 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 Oh, what now? Oh, going home. Or facing her mother. Both?
Mia? Oh, what are you doing here?
Uh-oh.
What is this
This
terrible
this
place?
this is it. This is it.
This isn't camp. Have you been here all these weeks? And is that a weapon?
I can explain.
Mija, have you been lying to me?
What's going on, little dude?
Nothing. Leave me be!
Thing is, you're sitting in my personal chit-chat zone. You gotta talk.
Well, if that's the rule.
God forbid King breaks any rules.
You just have to...
I know. Imagine everyone in their underwear.
Gross! Why would you do that?
I always do that. I am a little weirdo.
No, King, sometimes you just have to face your fear, like Luce is doing right now.
I can't do it. I can't face my fear.
Why are you running?
Oh my God.
Has escaped.
He escaped.
King, now's your chance.
Gimme! Well, folks, looks like our show literally just took off.
You gotta pander.
Took off just like your local sports team would take off when they're about to make a goal.
Oh my God. Yeah, sports team.
So let's follow them and see what happens next.
I don't want to be Grom Queen anymore. I give up the throne.
You got this. Face your fear. Because that's why she's also been like giving short non-answers, just emojis and stuff like that. She doesn't know how to. Well, look who's here to save the day as.
You appreciate an excuse for a monster.
You're right. I'm not
She had to like come in and
That's
save her.
okay. I got this one.
Aw,
Stay away from her.
you bitch. Sorry. You have to throw that in.
I'm sorry, Luce. I should have fought my own battle.
Oh, what's hers?
Amity, no, your fear.
Disappointment? Her parents? What is it?
Who is that?
Rejection? Rejection. Oh.
You were afraid of getting rejected. Amity, what if I went to Grom with you instead? That's a friends too.
But who was it to? What was on the other half?
Well then, if that's settled, may I have this dance?
Yes, you may. Oh, God, that was slick. This is smooth. Yo. Let's go. Death Tree. That was metal. Oh.
So, who did you want to ask out? Oh, it's not important.
She got what she wanted in the end anyway. Oh, God. Oof. Oof.
You did it, buddy! Of course I did it! I'm the king of demons and I've never had stage fright in my life!
That's okay, little buddy. That's okay. Aww. So those little blushes we kept seeing all at this time were just a little some. Let's go.
I'm
Aww.
gonna go to bed.
Now I am king and queen! Best of both things!
But Luce hit her with that as friend thing. But she didn't react to that. So she was like, good enough for right now, at least. You know, baby steps. You got this. You got this. There you go. That's all you gotta do. Just hit him with a U2.
Today was kind of hard, and I don't always feel like I'm supposed to be here. But when things got tough, my friends helped me out. I think you'd like them. Te extraño también, Mami. One day, I'll tell you all about this.
How much more time do we even have left before she's got to go back? Wait,
Aw,
what?
That's a cute way of saying text.
Wait. But no. Yeah. Whoa. What is that? Hey, it's that little troublemaker. Nice. Aww.
Wow.
You're still hanging up, dude. You're done.
No. Did someone let me down?
Oh. I thought he was just holding on. Oh. He was forgotten and trapped. Hold on. Before we get into this, like, what was on those letters? Hi, Mom. I am having a great time at camp. Today we learned what mortgages are. I can't wait to get home and see you. Let's do lots of fun mother-daughter activities forever and ever. Love your daughter, thus, Luce. So yeah, I did think that was like weird. So getting your letters, Luce immediately wrote that off as like her old-timey talking about texts when I don't think her mom would have been that old to like really misinterpret what they're actually in the middle of doing. The second I heard that, I was like, what the, wait, hold on, what does that mean? Who's been communicating with her mom? And who knows that she's here and supposedly at a camp? Who would even know outside of her and her principal? I mean, unless somebody overheard her, you know, in the Boiling Isles talking about having been at camp, but why would they go to the human world and then keep this facade up? Unless it's the principal. Maybe they send humans there as sacrifices. I don't know. Something's super fucking sus about this, man. But what a cute freaking episode. So instead of like prom king and prom queen kind of being like held up and celebrated or whatever, you're basically thrown to the wolves to fight this beast, to be the one, the chosen warrior, to keep it from escaping every year. That's insane. And that preys upon your fears, so it makes it even more difficult to fight. So they have this tradition about keeping it subdued. And I think that's kind of, in a way, pretty, you know, a nice kind of, what do we want to call it, metaphor, allegory for prom itself, especially the whole idea of working up to ask somebody to prom. If you're not already dating somebody and it's kind of already a given, that is like so much pressure, this coming outside of yourself in order to extend and be vulnerable to ask somebody there, which is what Amity was struggling to do in this. And her fear in the end, one that she was really afraid of everybody seeing, was rejection. Though we didn't see the figure, they did take a very vaguely familiar shape. Like I said, like I feel like there's these little moments throughout some of these episodes, you know, where it definitely looks like Amity like feels away, for sure. Like some of their little interactions and whatnot, she's always kind of had a little blush here and there. And I thought that was kind of telling, you know, especially with the way they've quickly kind of acclimated from where they were initially to where they are now. And Luce is very, as we've talked about many times, in her own way, a little clueless, a little head in the clouds. I don't know if she picked up on that at all. I don't think she did. She's like, I'd happy to go with you as friends. She was there to support her. You know, she didn't want her to go alone. She didn't even think that she was in the running. Like it went as far as that goes. It was like, oh, who was it actually going to be for? Oh, who were you about to go ask? She never even like two and two'd that she could be talking about her or that she was even a possibility, you know, but she was still there to support her as a friend. Though I am glad that despite all of that, that when she did put that out there in that way, that Amity didn't seemingly take that as a form of rejection of her feelings. Cause I don't think you go about writing a letter or having a little secret little note, if it's in the can we go as friends kind of way. That's a little formal. That's a little romantic in a way. So, I mean, I could be just projecting onto that myself, but that's how I see it. And Luce is, again, very aloof when it comes to a lot of social dynamic cues and stuff like that. I mean, I think that's part of the reason she's here to begin with. So the fact that kind of went over her head, but at the same time, she's got this weird charisma, this knight in shining armor kind of vibe about her, especially when she steps up to fight this monster on behalf of Amity, because she just wants to be there for the people in her life, the people that she's made these connections with, because she treasures them, she values them, and she wants more than anything to be accepted and be a support structure for them. So that could have been anything, and she'd be willing to put herself in harm's way to spare them. I mean, she's always just running headfirst into her friends' problems to try to help them through it. She's a great kid, man. I thought that was so cute, especially because without even knowing it, she was almost fulfilling this kind of fantasy that was built up in her head, especially when they were dancing. She did extend the hand. You know, she's also not so concerned about what people think about her in this kind of way. She does when it's considered to other things, like her ability as a witch, her ability in certain things, her ability to participate in a lot of different activities and stuff like that. Outside of like what you think of her personality and the weird stuff she's into, she usually can care less. She can unabashedly just kind of do whatever the hell she wants, and she carries this air of confidence around her, even when she's not confident. Because especially when you look at Amity, and with what we heard in the last episode, and just context clues again from previous things, Amity's success is in her mind always on a shaking foundation or a cracked one, almost as if she's always on thin ice, that any mistake, any slip up can like just bounce back, rebound, and hurt her, whether it be her ambitions, her goals, her standing within her family, or those around her. So like they oddly enough are like this weird match that balances out these different attributes in the other. Another reason why that could even be a huge fear of hers as well, maybe not more than, because quite clearly it sensed that and transformed into what we saw. But you have to imagine that with the way her parents reacted to her being friends with Willow, I can't imagine how they would react if she actually started to date Luce, a non-magic human who has to rely on these glyphs in order to use magic. She can use magic. She's at HEXSIDE. I can't imagine they would view her favorably. Hey guys, Eddie Omni here real quick. I wanted to chime in on this, and I apologize for the lack of formal attire for this little segment, but I just had this thought, and I had it in the video, but I guess I got derailed by my own train of thought. As much as this focused on her fear of rejection for asking Luce to the dance, we see her fear of rejection just kind of like littered all throughout the show in various forms, from not being accepted into the Emperor's Coven, for her not being the pristine student, like these ideas that challenge her station, her status. And we even see that within her family, the way she has this like ambition to outclass her siblings, and the way that she also has to dye her hair to fit in with her family, as well as her family coming down on her for her choice of friends, which resulted in her casting out Willow. You know, there's this fear of being rejected by her own family, which is a whole other can of worms to open right there, man. Fear of rejection stems into so many aspects of her life beyond just Luce in this moment. Well, that was the core focus here, and it took that form probably because it was an immediate fear. But like that seems to be like a constant through line ever since we were introduced to her. Like it really does reframe. I mean, it's a lot of things that I already kind of alluded to, but we kind of know what it centers around in a way, or at least the core fear itself, rejection. There's so much pressure on her to perform and to adhere to what is expected of her, which, new thought, this just clicked in my head, mirrors the same kind of pressure Luce's mother's putting on her, but in a very different way. She wants her to conform, wants her to fit in, wants her to kind of be normal. So like it's like there's these parental expectations that are bleeding down into their children, which inadvertently has all led them into a crash course here. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in. On the flip side of that though, Luce is also, like we found out her fear in this was confronting her mother, you know, about what she has actually been up to this entire time. When we saw the door, I thought it was going to be going home and not being here, going back to the world that she never really felt like she fit in. But then again, like she said in her little text, she doesn't necessarily fit in here either, but she's trying. She fits in a little bit better here, I think. And I think a part of that because it's fulfilling a lot of these fantasies she's got in her head. So she feels like she can be a little bit more here. But that's true about the real world too. But that's the thing about the mother though. She's trying, rather than trying to nurture what makes her different, which is what's going on here. They're nurturing what makes her different. She's learning magic in a way that's counter to the way everybody else does. That's because she's not like everybody else. Much like in the real world, you have to kind of cater to the way her mind works and learns in a way that is different than others in order to cultivate it into something she can utilize and manifest that energy into something positive at the end of the day instead of something negative. Again, like many things in this show we've talked about up until this point, while this has the facade of fantasy, of the stories she's read as a kid and all these things, the real world implications and applications of everything here, all of it's still the same. It's just a different coat of paint, but it's delivered in a way that she's able to navigate a little more freely. It shines a light on a lot of the same issues she was having in the other world, but if you just kind of look at it from a different angle and approach it in a different way, you can help different people through certain problems like this. I don't know, I find that super fascinating. King's story, his B plot with Gus, it was fine. It was cute. It wasn't the focus of this episode. It's definitely not one of my favorite King-centric stories, so I'll say that much. Everything else in this I loved, especially when the animation like kicked into gear when Luce and Amity started to dance and they combined her glyphs with her abomination and they fought this thing together, and you know, that combination, the way they really wanted that to look good. And it really, you could tell, it got so fluid, so clean. They really wanted that moment to shine. And shine it did. Shine it did. Looking back at that same thing too, like, I like that Luce ended up settling on this kind of marriage between, you know, the traditional boy gear and the traditional girl gear with this like blazer suit top and a dress like tutu thing. Like, at the end of the day, she's just like, I'm just gonna beat all, baby! And she was in the end. She was in the end. I like that, man. This might be my favorite episode so far, dude. I really hope that the seeds laid here are watered and we see that grow into something lovely by the end of it. Guys, that's kind of all I got for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We're carrying the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking before I go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Benny Sherry, Your Course God, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, and Russell Crockett. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.